Yo, welcome back to another episode of Tin Roof Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed the Krampusnacht watch along. If you haven't watched it yet, Krampus watch along on Krampusnacht. If you guys have not watched it, uh, go check it out. It was a long time coming. It was something I've really been wanting to do. Ton of fun. Had a blast. Super glad I did it. Hope you enjoy it, and that's if you've watched it. And if you haven't watched it, hope you will enjoy it. But that being said, we're just gonna hang out for a little bit today. Not real long. I really wanted to click record, do something cool. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll hang out a little bit longer than what I wanted to. Big fan of Christmas movies. So this time of year, it's real fun to get holly and jolly. And you know what? I've been wanting to do a handful of Christmas movies, anyways. And I was trying to decide how I was going to do it. And then I went to click record on this one. I was like, man, what am I going to do for today's episode? Uh, because here's the deal. We've got 3 episodes remaining before Christmas. We have this one more, and we have the Not So Special Christmas special. So the one in between the Not So Christmas special and today's is going to be watch along. I want to do Jim Carrey's The Grinch. Today, I don't really have much going on. As far I'm gonna come up with some topics and stuff like that, but I went to click record and my brain was like, so we're gonna, we're gonna do it. Let's fire up the TV. We're gonna do a watch along. So pull up the original, like the OG, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. We're talking like the old animated movie, the one that us '90s babies grew up with before the Jim Carrey one came out. So we're gonna fire that up. We're going to talk dates. We're going to talk actors. We're going to talk Christmas cooking. We're going to talk all kinds of cool stuff. But let's fire this bad boy up and let's have some fun. All right. You got to be pulling it up right now. This thing about this TV here is that it's really loud. So I'm going to have to be very careful with audio for this particular one. I got it turned down. Actually, so while I open my phone to get started with today's episode, I've been doing my brain just. Sorry, I've been doing a pastrami brine. I'm going to be making a pastrami pork butt for a Christmas party next week. I'm doing all the pork products for Christmas again this year. Going to be doing this. Going to be doing so pork butt. Pulled hams. Going to be doing pulled hams again. That might be one of my favorite things that I do is the pulled hams. They just turn out so good. I actually have a really cool cook in mind for those. Gonna be making some desserts and stuff here soon. And man, I tell you what, desserts are not my strong suit. Gonna be working on that though. I have determined for next year we're going to be doing one dessert a month. So that'll be changing. Let's see. What are some other stuff that we can discuss? So we got 25 minutes. This episode's gonna be right at like 30 minutes long. So 1966 is when this came out, which is gonna be one of the things that we discuss here in a minute. Man, I love this movie. So you should be rolling now. Should have just seen the Cat in the Hat. It should say Dr. Seuss. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Such a fun song. The Fahu song. I think everybody kind of like knows ish it. Maybe not word for word, but like the idea of the unity, the camaraderie of Christmas is so much fun, and just the celebration stuff around it, and the different sizes of the Who's is what cracks me up too. Because you can have ones that are like this big, and really they're all tiny because they all live on a snowflake or whatever. But you got really teeny tiny ones, and you got some like medium sized ones, and they're the bigger ones. And it's like they're all adults. Not every Who's adults, but you know what I'm saying. Like the different size ones could be all adults. It just looks like such a happy place to be, doesn't it? Uh, Such a like fun architecture. The decorations are super cool. I don't understand the pile of stuff in the corner. The weird like zigzaggy things. Christmas tree just looks so wholesome. And like the cool thing is like the tinsel decoration that goes from one thing to the other. Uh, this is just so much fun. So the voice of most of the things in this movie, other than Cindy Lou Who, are done by Boris Karloff. The songs are done by Thurl Ravenscroft. So Boris Karloff, if you don't recognize that name, he was a very famous British actor, and he was in all kinds of stuff. He was Frankenstein. He was Frankenstein. So he was in Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein. But he was very big in horror movies. Anyways, he was in The Mummy. He was in The Black Cat, Black Sabbath, Thriller, House of Frankenstein, The Old Dark House, uh, The Body Snatcher, and of course this. And so, like, this was later on in his career. And Boris Karloff actually died in '69, so 3 years later after this. But born in 1887. So Thurl Ravenscroft, I was sitting here looking up some stuff on him. He was in a ton of different things, doing different sounds and stuff. Okay, so we had a little hiccup there. We're gonna pick things back up at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, just so we have everything covered. So go back to 3 minutes 30 seconds. We're gonna try this again. Sorry about this. Just stop. This is fun. All right. So Thurl Ravenscroft was in a ton of stuff. Voiced in this, Brave Little Toaster, Trick or Treat, Small One, Winnie the Pooh, Rudy Toot Toot, um, Lady and the Tramp. Some of these movies I didn't realize they were so old. He was in 101 Dalmatians, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Hunchback of Notre Dame in 1996, for those of us 90s babies that are present. Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Trying to find a few different things that I see. He voiced Tony the Tiger. They're great. Okay. He was in Aristocrats. What's interesting is people also search for Scatman Crothers, which, if you're not familiar with Scatman Crothers, that is the I want to say Doc from The Shining, but that was what he called the kid. He was the cook from the Lookout Hotel. Thurl Ravenscroft songs, "You're a Mean One," Mr. Mr. Grinch. "Everybody Wants to Be a Cat." Yo Ho. Let's see. Tiki Tiki Room. Headless Horseman. Oh, what? No, I think I'm thinking of a different thing. That's What Friends Are For, from the Jungle Book. So he did the singing mostly for different things. That's what he's really known for. Good old Thurl. Let's see. We're gonna look it up. So, in 1966, in case you didn't know it, that was also whenever Adam West's Batman came out. So, let's see. Let's see, what kind of fun facts can I find out about this? It was directed by Chuck Jones. It was a pricey, labor-intensive classic. Obviously, we talked about The Grinch. It cost about $315,000 to make, which would have been over $2.8 million today, making it costly for animation, requiring 10 months and 25,000 drawings. In the original book, the Grinch was black and white. Chuck Jones made him green, possibly inspired by a rental car, a choice Dr. Seuss agreed with. The Grinch just seems like he's supposed to be green. It just makes sense, right? It just seems natural. The production used 24 frames a second, needing 12 drawings per second, with 15,000 drawings total. So they scrapped like 10,000 of them. Harloff's voice was mechanically lowered to sound grittier for the Grinch. So the sound was done by a 60-musician orchestra and 12-voice choir performing memorable songs. It first aired December 18th of 1966 on CBS. There was a sequel, Halloween is Grinch Night. It has a perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes, 100% score. Huh. Dr. Seuss, what just happened? Dr. Seuss and Chuck Jones previously worked together on Army training videos. During World War II, Giesel joined the United States Army Air Forces and served as commander of the animation department for the 1st Motion Picture Unit, a unit tasked with creating various training and pro-war propaganda films. It was here that Giesel found himself working closely with Chuck Jones on an instruction cartoon called Private Snafu. This whole sequence right here, where they're putting the hat together, is probably one of my favorite sequences. I just love this old Grinch movie. Max trying to hold the mirror up is fantastic. I don't know about y'all, but like a good Christmas movie and some like holiday snacks is just like one of my favorite things to do. I was just sitting here thinking, man, like grabbing some puppy chow right now would be so good. I will be making a puppy chow video because I have a really cool idea that I want to do for a puppy chow mix for a cooking video, especially right here around Christmas time. It just seems natural. So we'll have a ton of fun with that. Excuse me. The sleigh from the Jim Carrey Grinch is really, really cool. Love the lean forward, like I mean business of the Santa hat. So rallying news, uh, Hyundai finally announced their lineup for 2026. Hayden Paddon, Danny Sordo, and Esa Lappy are going to be sharing the third car. So in Monty, we have. I think it's cool that they kept the original cartoon break pause in there, or not cartoon break, commercial break. And really, they didn't need Max to even pull the sleigh, because look at this part. So, like, the poor dog could have rode on the sleigh. Hi. Yoink. Poor Max goes through it in this video. It'd be cool to do all three Grinches, but I don't think we're going to do that. Because I even thought about putting all three in one podcast episode. But anyways, Hayden's going to be doing Monty. Uh, Sordo is going to be doing Sweden. No, Sordo's going to be doing Canarias. Lappy's going to be doing Sweden. I don't know who's doing Kenya. So we've got three out of the first four figured out. Well, no, that's not even four, because Canarias is going to be later in the season, right? Let's look at the schedule. Here we go. Time to start Grinching. Stop number one. If you ever owned the VHS tape of this, you know, like him like sitting on the edge of the chimney like he just was the cover. So Monte, nope, not Monte Carlo. WRC calendar 2026. Okay, Monte Carlo, Sweden, Kenya, Croatia, which is what I thought it was. Then we go to Canarias. So who's driving in Kenya and Croatia? Are they only going to do two cars for the event? That doesn't make any sense, does it? Uh, then we go to Portugal. Then we go to Japan. Then Greece. Then Estonia. Then Finland. Then Paraguay, Chile, Italy, and Saudi. Uh, it definitely. It's interesting that because like 3, 4, 5, 6, those three events are so close together. Because well, I meant 4, 5, 6, not 3, 4, 5, 6, but 4, 5, 6. You have Croatia, April 9th through the 12th. Spain, April 23rd through the 26th. Portugal, May 7th through the 10th. I mean, like, bing, bang, boom, which is going to be fun. It's going to be great, don't get me wrong. But not much downtime there. But then we go to Finland and Paraguay. Those are the next two that are closest together, I think. But other than that, like, things aren't super close together. Well, Monte Carlo and Sweden are. I feel like this calendar is actually going to fly by. I feel like we're going to start in Monty, and then we're going to blink and we're going to end up in Finland. uh, so it's going to be a really interesting calendar. Should be a lot of fun. Um, I'm interested to see because, like, okay, if you think about it, you got three guys. You have 14 events. If you divided it 3 by 12, or 12 divided by 3, each one would get to race 4 times. 14 divided by 3, it doesn't line up perfectly, so it'd be 4.6. So who who gets 5 times? Who gets less times? I think, in personal opinion, I think you give Hayden more opportunities. Sordo, really, really good, very talented. But are they also looking? Are they going to wait to see who has more points? Who's racked up more points out of the three? Or are they going to decide it off of like, okay, well, Hayden wants. Going to say something completely crazy here because I don't think it'll happen. Uh, if a Hyundai wins in Monte Carlo, it's going to be a 4-0. Just thoroughly believe that. But I love this. What do I do? What do I do? Panicking. Love how the hat like straightens up. Like I'm so smart. Stuffing the old tree up there. Time up after the tree. This cracks me up. Nope. I mean, we're gonna take that. The scaling or like the climbing across the wreaths is super fun. Stacking them up. I love the "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch" song too. It's so good. The slithering like a snake through all the stuff. I kind of wish they could have done that. Now, my question is, which one did it better, Thurl Ravenscroft or Jim Carrey on the Seasick Crocodile? Let me know in the comments. Uh, Man, while we're talking Christmas stuff, we'll revisit the opinion on the rally stuff later. Uh, but I love pop punk Christmas music. His favorite Christmas story is one of my favorite Christmas songs. I put it under the pop punk label. Uh, the 12 Days of Pop Punk Christmas. If you have not listened to the Punk Goes Christmas album, fantastic. And of course, Goldfinger does some really great pop punky Christmas songs. Uh, Man, there's a lot of really good ones out there. I need to get better with my short form content because it'd be cool to do some really cool, like, Christmas videos with that kind of stuff. Uh, One thing that I always look forward to around this time of year is the metalcore Christmas interruptions that Pizza Beard Party does. So funny. They crack me up. Uh, just the, you know, jingle bell, is just so much fun. Uh, Definitely looking forward to seeing what he does this year for it. Makes me wish I was that clever because I don't feel like I'm that clever. Uh, Poor Max, antler deep in the snow. Whoops. Boo hoo hoo. The choir that they got together for this, obviously super super good. Uh, I just love everything about this movie, like the sounds of that the orchestra makes as he's sliding, sliding down the hill and stuff, and like making it sound hurried, like whoop, 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 whoop. It's so good. And of course, realizing that it's not about the gifts, it's not about the presents, it's not about the trees, the decorations, the food. It's about who you're with. It came without tags, boxes, or bags. I want to ask you guys again. Put it in the comments. Do you guys think that we've lost our way on that? Because obviously, like they put this message out when they did, uh, perhaps to get people back then to think about it's not all about the gifts and everything like that. Do you think we've lost some of that again, where we kind of need to remember this message? Because I think we can easily forget that because all the Christmassy stuff is so much fun, all the commercialism and everything else. But it's funny. He goes to save the commercialism by saving the sled, but really, it's not about that for them. And so I think it's a helpful thing that he does go after it, if that makes any sense. The Hulk or the Grinch was the Hulk before Hulk was like Hulk Hogan before. I totally messed it up. The Grinch was Hulk Hogan before Hulk Hogan was Hulk Hogan. Totally messed that up. I had thought about it earlier, and yeah, the trumpet looks really cool too. Like everything looks so unique in a Dr. Seuss book, Dr. Seuss movie, Dr. Seuss whatever. It's all super fun looking. I want to know how you cook a Who roast beast. I mean, they make it look like a ham, but is it like prime rib? Who wants the gazette? That's not this one. That'll be the next one. So next week we'll watch that, and of course we'll be at the not so special Christmas special, which I'm super excited about because we'll be giving away awards. We'll be talking my music replay, all kinds of cool stuff, and then after that, New Year's, and a whole new whatever begins. Not that we're not doing, not that we're not making progress now with some things, but you'll see. I'm super excited to share it with y'all. Thank you so much for watching this movie with me. I feel like maybe I didn't talk about it enough. In certain parts, I was like, man, I don't know what to say. But you guys are awesome. I appreciate all y'all. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Yeah, got one more watch along to do. Next week, we'll talk some fun things there. Maybe we'll talk some of the rally stuff. We're definitely going to talk about Taylor and her band, the Pretty Reckless, and stuff. So it'll be a good time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I think we're going to call it good here.